Guys, Brian here from Solid Woodworks. Today I want to show you the VADANIA VD2576 500-pound locking drawer slide. So this is actually a slide that VADANIA sent me here. So you can see it's full extension, 36-inch locking ball bearing drawer slide. It's fully extended right now. Has a locking mechanism right here to lock it in or out. If you push it in, it'll lock all the way in. Gotta hold it on this side, but you get the idea. So as for how it came in packaging, it did come in a smaller box, not packaged as well as I would like to see. There was like a bit of scratching on the surface here and like a little bit of like a little kind of rub right here on the end of the rubber handle. I would like to see it maybe packaged a little bit better, but nonetheless, it's such a heavy-duty drawer slide that it is very hard to hurt these things in the shipping process from what I've seen from all the different kinds of slides I've received. This is going to go into a drawer system I'm making for an SUV. As you can see, I already have one of the drawer slides attached to the drawer system. So in this video, I wanted to show you how the drawer slides work, how to install them the way I usually try to install them, which is with these bolts called sex bolts. So I'll show you here in a second, and how they work. So this is the kind of bolt I use. It's called a sex bolt. One side is threaded with a short sleeve and threaded inside of there. The other side is an actual bolt. So this would technically be like the nut and the bolt, but since they go together like so, it gives the same illusion on both sides when it is fully tightened down to the wood and drawer slide. The reason I use these for a couple different reasons is, one, they fit inside of this slot right here easily. So when you pull the drawer slide out and you're going to be putting, your screws or bolts through here, once it sits in here, it's nice and flat inside of here. Not like a nut would be inside of here. You can see there's not much room to fit that through. So once it's all the way in, it'll slide right past that area right here. That's one reason. The next reason is sometimes I have to slightly drill out these holes here, like so I did on here, to fit this side in. So once this side goes all the way down, like so, it will actually create not a lot of movement here like this, if you can see. Once it's completely tightened down, it will not have any movement in this direction. Instead of a screw like such, if you were to put this in here, there'd be a lot of movement, which with such a large drawer slide and a drawer box on it with a lot of weight in it, that movement up and down could eventually make the box slip and not let the drawer slide work properly. So that's another reason. So now I'm going to show you how I install these locking drawer slides into a drawer system. I'm going to take this drawer slide and set it over here like such. And push it all the way back. So you can see the front of the drawer slide is flush with the front of my center jamb, side jamb, either way. So you can see that. Now I'm going to click and slide out until I am able to find the large hole in the center rail. Pull that, keep going slowly until I can find that hole right there. And I've already marked it so I remember which one it is, so it matches with this side and matches with this side, which is already screwed in. As you can see, I've got 3 of them in there. And this one is nice and sturdy in there, slides in, slides out, walks, all good. So this one, I found that hole. Now I'm going to make sure that the front of this outer edge is nice and flush, and then I will clamp it. You can see I'm clamping it just so I still have room to get my drill bit into here. In this instance, I'm going to be using a 5/16 drill bit for these sex bolts. These sex bolts are available on my website, which I very highly recommend to install these locking drawer slides. So here we go. Okay, let's pour through. Blow that out real quick. All right, you definitely want to blow out all the dust out of here so it doesn't get stuck into the drawer slide with all the grease they put in there and silicone. So you can see I've got my hole out on the other side there. I'm gonna drop the sex bolt through there. I'm gonna use the nut or kind of sleeved side. Push it right through. Goes through nice and clean. This side will go with the screw part. I'm gonna hand tighten it. And then what I do is actually grab an bit for my drill motor. It's a 5/16 Allen bit and an Allen key. I'll put the key on one side, the drill bit on the other, tighten it. If you look over here, that's all I do. Flush it up, nice and flush there. This is nice and flush, so now when the rail goes in, plenty of room. Perfect. So now what I'll do is I'll work my way down. I'll find the next hole that I've marked, which is right there, if you can see. I'll do the same thing. Now I don't need to clamp it as much. I still can if I want to just like try, see my clamp's not even long enough anyways, but I still can clamp just up here, but I won't need to. I'll just kind of put pressure, I'll put pressure down as I drill through. And the next sex bolt goes in, nice and clean. Bolt on the other side. There we go. Now one more back here. So here's the last hole back here, the sex bolts. As I said, I do sell these on my website. Link in the description below. Alright, same deal. Turn the sleeve through first. Bolt on the other side. Hand tighten. Make sure that the threading is correct. And I'll have the drill motor on this side this time just to show you. Perfect. Alright, just so for now, I want to give you an update. We've got both locking drawer slides in on each side of the drawer box. Later I will put the top on, but I like to work with a nice open drawer box so I can get into the back easier. I don't have to shimmy my hand down here. I can access the top very easily. So the top is normally the last part that goes on when I am building a drawer box. So what I would do at this point is take your tape measure. I would always install before measuring what your drawer box width is going to be. So I take the measurement between here and here, and it looks like our drawer box we'd want to have about 17 and 15/16 or so. What I've noticed on these types of drawer slides, if you look at how the locking mechanism locks, you want to keep this thing very tight right here. You don't want to have your box with a big gap and suck to it, because then the way these locks right here work, if you can see this little trigger, it hits way back here, and if this is pulled out too far like so, it will not lock properly. So you want to keep the drawer box very tight between the two drawer slides here. So I've already created the drawer box here. There's no front on it yet. As I said, I like to work with a very open plan, make sure everything is perfect and square first before adding the front and the top of the box. So I'm gonna set this in here and show you how I'm gonna screw through into this drawer. So I've set this drawer in there. As you can see, it slides in easily. Flush in the front here. There's very minimal room here, as I said before. So how I do this is I'll pull it out a little bit. I'll unclick the drawer. I'll find my hole, which I've marked right there, as you can see. And what I'm gonna do is put a shim underneath the drawer here to pull the drawer up a little bit, so there's a little bit of a gap underneath it, which makes it slide very easily. And then I will clamp it here and then drill that hole through. So these are just some little shims that come in different thicknesses that we use as cabinet makers. I'm going to shove that right under there, like such. Nice and easy. Pull this inner rail out, like I had said previously. Set that right there. Flush with the front. Same on this side. Make sure it's flush with the front there. Have the drawer box in. We have the inner rail flush with the outside. I've got an extra piece of wood on the inside here to prevent blowouts. Now I'm going to clamp right here. Now I'm going to clamp this section right here. I'm going to drill through this hole here. All right, we're through. Minimal blowout. I'll do the same thing on this side. Make sure it's flush. Clamp. Get your sex bolts, which I said I'll have a link in the description of this video for. Got it in. Perfect. You can see, flush in here, sex bolts in there, flush out here and here. Now what we do is work our way back. So as we pull it back, you're going to hear the shims fall out here. So what you're going to have to do is drop those back in there once you get out to your next location. So right here is my next mark. So I'm going to lift up the back of the drawer and slide this shim inside here. There you go. It's down inside of there. So I'm lifting up the back of the drawer here. Set it back down. And now you be able to see that gap down there between the two drawers. Just slide it out so you can see it better. So now you can see this gap here with the shim. That's what gives you a little air gap, so it's easy to slide her in and it's not rubbing on the bottom of the drawer box. So now I've got the first two locations in, and here's the last location in the back here. As you can see, that mark. I've got my shims back here. I'm gonna now put my piece of wood on the inside for the blowout. Hold it tight and drill through. So during this time, I'm putting pressure this way and down at the same time to put pressure onto this shim to make sure that the drawer box is in the same position as the front two. So I remember before I was blowing out the sawdust from here. That was because this was more of an open channel here and the dust is going to blow out here. But when I have the drill bits inside of here, I like to vacuum that out so it doesn't get into the rest of this channel, which is inaccessible at the moment. So I've got a little portable Milwaukee vacuum here. Clean up that area. you don't have any sawdust in there, altering the silicone and whatnot. That helps the drawer slide slide a lot easier and over time after many uses. All right, the last bolts are in there and there. I'm gonna pull my shims out now. I pop them in the back right now so that they're easy to pull out instead of trying to access them from underneath here at this point, which would be very hard. Now the drawer, as you can see, is fully attached to the system with these locking drawer slides. It's in there. Now all we gotta do is pop both levers down, slide the drawer back in, and now it is locked. You see the levers are up. We've got the VADANIA VD2576 500-pound locking drawer slide installed into this system here. Great drawer slides. It's a new company I haven't worked with yet, and I'm pretty excited about them. They make some good products, as well as a 250 locking drawer slide, which will be linked in the bio of this video. As you can see, for this drawer system, there is a 3-foot full extension locking drawer slide. So once it's fully out, it is completely locked in position. Click both of these in, the drawer slide slides all the way back in. I usually try to like slam them to make sure they both lock in perfectly. As I said, with the width of the drawer box there, I gave just enough room to have this sliding perfectly. If you create the drawer box too skinny, these slides will want to bend out and make it very difficult to slide it in and out. So that is on one side. The other side will be worked on a little bit later. I just want to show you that install, how they work. You can obviously use screws to attach these drawer slides, but I highly recommend a larger bolt. If you're going to attach them to metal, you can easily do an M6 bolt through the inner rail and a nut on the inside of the drawer box, of course. I hope that helps you guys a lot on your installation of your locking drawer slides, which you can find a link to in the description of this video through my website. And good luck, and let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see any other videos or what you think of this video. See you next time.